Vince Staples. Vince the Stapler. An incredible artist who, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to any of his music until recently. And I just listened to this most recent album that he put out, and I was like, wow, I gotta check some of this stuff out. So I went back and listened to all of his other albums, and I'm like, wow, this man is incredibly consistent. With that being said, he's dropped all these albums, yet he still remains one of those artists that you hear about but you don't listen to, because he doesn't put his music in your face. Similar to Earl Sweatshirt, similar to J. Cole on half of his albums. But in today's video, I'm gonna go over the highs and the lows of his brand new album Dark Times, as well as tell you whether these songs are worth listening to or not. Let's get your cranberry juice, get your Cheerios, and let's get right into this video. This album starts off with Close Your Eyes and Swing, and it's more of like an introduction where he's not singing, he's not rapping or anything like that. It's just background music or like ambient noise, and then that goes into Black and Blue. And bro, this is an incredible way to start the album. I like the mixing, the production on here. It's incredible, bro. The like boom bap style type of beat here is incredible, and I think he does an incredible job rapping on it. Then we get to Government Cheese, and that's also another slap. Incredible, beautiful song. And I think Children's Song is probably the weakest on the track list so far out of those three, but I still think Children's Song is an incredible song, as well as Shame on the Devil is a little bit of a slower song in terms of the pacing. However, Etoufi or Etoufi, I don't know how to say it, is easily the best song in the album in my opinion. That chorus is incredibly catchy. The layered vocals on here are absolutely beautiful. The beat's pretty good, and everything about this song is just really, really solid. Liars is a really good interlude in my opinion. It had me thinking a little bit, and I like the sentimental talk that they have in this little interlude here. I think it's pretty interesting, and it had me really engaged in the album, or like the story of this album. Justin is another one of my favorites. I think that's my second favorite song on the track list, and I think it's just overall nice storytelling. It has some sentimental value in this song, and I really enjoy it. Radio is a pretty good song. I've seen a lot of people say that Radio was their favorite song on the album, and even though I don't think that Radio is my favorite song on the album, I still think that it's a very good and a easy to appreciate song, and I have that up there in terms of the quality on this album. I'm somewhat ambivalent on the song Nothing Matters. I'm a little bit confused on the delivery that he had here. I don't know if I enjoyed it nearly as much as a lot of the other songs on here. However, I think that for the most part it's very catchy, and I think there's no song on this album that's necessarily bad. I just think that it's really quality work, like some of the best songs he's ever put out in his entire discography, or it's like somewhat mediocre. But I don't think there's any bad songs on here, or even, not really mediocre. I'd say there's still good songs, but they're not the top-notch songs that we hear on here also. Little Homies was a pretty good song in my opinion. I don't think it was like a massive standout, but I think it was definitely something that I enjoyed to listen to. I heard a lot of people say that that was an incredible song though, and I might be tripping for saying the fact that I didn't like it that much. But Free Man, I really enjoyed the beat on this. I really enjoyed the style on this song, and yeah, bro, it really makes me appreciate the delivery of Vince Staples a lot of the time. The beat on here kind of reminded me of something that I'd hear from Red Veil, and I really enjoy that. I like that Red Veil style of production. Maybe not completely, it doesn't have the amount of like oomph in it, but I think that one of the greatest things about Vince Staples is how like casual you can listen to his music. He's not like throwing himself in your face or anything like that and trying to be all like grandioso or stuff. He's more of a simplistic type of artist, and I think that's something that's great about him. Why Won't the Sun Come Out is the last song on here, and again it's more of an outro, but it's a very, very long outro, and I think that it does a great job at closing off the album, and it's a very beautiful send-off to his record label, because he's if you didn't know, this is his last album on Def Jam Records, and they're definitely gonna miss Vince Staples, bro. Vince Staples is an incredible artist, and I think this is a great way to go out with the album. And overall, I think that none of these songs were too drawn out. I think that 35 minutes for a track list is pretty solid. A lot of artists now are like going towards that hour range where it gets a little bit dry by the end of that, especially if you don't have a lot of substance in the actual music. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, the Pink Tape by Lil Uzi Vert, I did not enjoy that much. I thought it was way too long, and it was very forgettable. However, it can be helpful for when the big songs get a little bit boring, there's a lot more to go back to. But again, it's all like the same style, so it's kind of just like repetitive at a point. And it's a way harder listen to as an album, whereas an album like Dark Times by Vince Staples here is very, very digestible to listen to as an album, and it really stays strong with the fact that albums are just albums, bro. Like they should be listened to as an album a lot of the time. And I understand playlists and all that, but I think that it's a very easy thing to appreciate when I can listen to an album and listen to an album. You know what I mean? Like, album experiences are something that's very massive for music, in my opinion. I loved listening to the rollout of even Donda by Kanye West, or the rollout of even the Off Season by J. Cole. I was very happy to be a part of that. I liked listening to that album. It was incredible. And yeah, Vince Staples, this album here, in my opinion, is a 7 or 8 out of 10. Probably, no, 8 or 9 out of 10 even. And I think that it was really, really solid. I don't think it was as good as like Ramona Park Broke My Heart, but I think it was definitely an incredible album, and I think that it's gonna continue to grow on me as time goes on, as well as Vince Staples as a whole, because his music is pretty solid. With that being said, I didn't really tell a lot of jokes in this video. I'm a little bit tired right now. A lot's been going on. However, I'm gonna try to keep pushing these videos out as much as I can, as well as some big stuff coming in the future, some very big stuff coming in the future. Sometimes I forget that I make YouTube videos. I make these like the day of. Like, I'm uploading this in like a couple hours right now, probably like 2 hours. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a lovely Saturday, Sunday, or whatever day it is for you right now. I love you all. I'm Conflicted, and I'm out. Peace.